Alrighty. I'm Jess. I'm a double diamond leader, and I've been with the company for 2 years now. Cassie, for those of you who are on Cassie's team, we're going to be doing a Q&A interview for each of us, etc. So we wanted to invite you guys on here to kind of get a feel of our stories and our experiences with the company to benefit you guys. So Cass, I'm actually going to interview you first. If you want to unmute yourself, and for those of you on here, if you want to keep yourselves muted, that would be great. Alrighty, so Cassie, I kind of just want you to go ahead and tell us your story. And yeah.
Okay, so obviously I'm Cassie. I'm a diamond leader. It'll be 2 years with the company in February. My story kind of starts like the August, September before I started this business, because that's when my enroller followed me, and I watched her until I joined in February, so like 5 months, I don't know, however long that is. I watched her every single day, watched her stories every single night before I went to bed. At that point, I was only working one job. I was going to school full-time and playing softball, so I already had a pretty busy schedule. But then flash forward to January, I actually had to get a second job because I just wasn't making enough with that first job. And then in February is obviously when I joined. I joined because I was still like barely making it by paycheck to paycheck, having to ask my parents for money, and I was just getting so sick of it constantly. And I also didn't have time to hang out with my boyfriend, and that really sucked. So I joined just for like the extra couple hundred to help with like the gas and groceries, the basics of this business. So like the first week I was like, oh my God, yes, let's go money. Cause there was like a big $5,000 emerald bonus. I had no idea what emerald meant, but I'm like, I'm going to get it. I don't know how, but I'm going to do it. So in my first week, I signed one customer and then I stopped. Literally, like I stopped texting Sasha. So like I didn't completely stop fully. Like I still worked, but like I maybe posted like a few times a week, just posted on my story whenever Sasha posted, like a few days of the week, basically. Very minimal stuff, not enough to like where I knew what I was doing or making money. Like literally like the first few commissions, like emails that we got, I literally thought that it meant I had to pay the company for some reason. So I'm like, if I just don't open it, I'm not going to have to pay them. So I literally didn't open it. So I didn't even realize that I made a paycheck. That's kind of stupid. I know, it's fine. But so then for my birthday, Jack got me a puppy. Literally, she's the best thing in my life. So we got her in July, and that's when I decided I should really start working because I loved hanging out with her. And I just said, like, you know, stay at home dog mom, let's go. So in August, that's when I kind of got my shit together. I was watching YouTube videos. I still did not text my enroller saying like, hey, I'm doing this. I just did it. So in August, I promoted to Ruby on my own. No one else was working on my team. And then like on the 25th, when rollovers came by, I texted my enroller, or actually on the 24th, the night before rollovers happened. I'm like, hey, after rollovers, I'm going Ruby. She had no idea what I was talking about. She's like, okay, like, we'll see. And so like obviously the next day it happened. I earned, oh shoot, I think it was like $1,000 Ruby bonus. So then 2 months later, I promoted to Diamond, earning a total of $12,500 in bonuses because I double promoted, earning that $5,000 Emerald bonus, which was insane. And then I went to conference in January, and then come like March, April, May, I kind of really went downhill in my business because I was around such negative people, and I let that get to me so hardcore. Like for softball, my softball coach, literally the worst person in the world. I don't talk. I pretty much disassociated myself from her as soon as I could because she's just a negative Nelly. But whatever. I past that, I let her take me down so hardcore in my mind. So like that really brought my business down. So once summer rolled through, so this is after I'm done with school, I decided, what the heck, I'm going to quit my job because I'm moving back home, so I'm not going to want to commute 30 minutes. So I started doing this full-time in June, so I've been doing this full-time ever since. and it's been amazing. And I live in a beautiful townhouse, whatever, with my boyfriend now in Iowa because he's going to school. And he doesn't have to worry about working. He can just focus on his education and baseball because we're able to make enough with this business, which is pretty insane.
Oh my God. So I love that. And actually, like, Cass and I met because of this business. Like, when we first met last January, I think at conference, right? Like in person. But and then we had talked, a little bit because we both met through Sasha because Sasha is both of our enrollers. So that's crazy. So, and I really liked how you shared your progression. So you kind of had like that slower start, like, you were like really gung ho the first week and then you just dropped off the face of the planet, sort of in a way. And then you promoted by yourself without Sasha's help, Ruby, and then just goes, hey, by the way, I promoted Ruby. No big deal. Hair flip. Like, that's insane because I remember when I joined and I was going Ruby, like I promoted Ruby in 2 months and I was like texting Sasha nonstop and like, like that was weird to me, but it's amazing that you did it by yourself. So when you were in school, how did you work your business while you're in school and busy with extracurriculars compared to how you work it now? And like, what are the differences on how you work your business, like in a way?
Yeah. So when I was in school, so my first job, it was like a morning shift of like stocking shelves at Aldi. So my shift started at 5 a.m. So I got up, the first thing I got to work like 10 minutes early because I was like, I don't want to be late. Yuck. So I posted on my story at that point. I didn't like want to message anyone at 5 a.m. because they probably wouldn't appreciate a 5 a.m. DM. So I posted on my story and then I got off work like half an hour to an hour before my classes start. And in that meantime, I posted again on my story, would follow and message people. I would go to class. Sometimes I would text in class, to be honest, because I didn't pay attention at the time. Don't do that. Do go in school. But whenever basically I wasn't in school working on homework and like actually the other jobs, I was doing my business as much as I could because that's when I was like being serious about it. Like, I didn't want to work the jobs because my second job was nannying, and that was basically like when families needed that help. So like I couldn't rely on that income because it wasn't consistent, like my Aldi job of stocking shelves. So basically I just worked around my day, messaged and followed and posted when I could, when I had that like 5-10 minutes here and there and stuff. And then now now I still try to wake up in the morning just so I can get started with my day, so I can take Rosie on her walk. I do some self-development in the morning, journal, I drink my coffee, and then I'm continually posting throughout the day with products, my life, messaging and following, and obviously like posting to my feed and stuff basically whenever because I can.
Awesome. I love that, like, you acknowledged like in your journey, you're like, oh, I kind of just like let things going on in my life get to me, and that impacted my business because I let it impact me. And that like goes to show like now like you're incorporating self-developing, journaling, and those are all like positive things, and it's helping improve your business. In your I'm assuming like your business is improving every single day, whereas when you weren't doing that and you let your life overwhelm you and everything like that, like, and it really impacted your business.
Yeah, for sure. I literally didn't do any self-development until probably after like my 2 years of college were up, because I was just like, oh, I don't need it, it's fine, whatever. I don't listen to yourself. Watch The Secret. It's honestly so amazing. Get Netflix, get that 30-day trial and literally just like watch it, and then you can basically like shut off Netflix and never have to pay for it. But it's such a good thing to like start with. And then obviously like Jess has a ton of things posted, and yeah, just self-development every day, every single day.
Awesome. Is there, so what would be 3 big tips that you would give to a new person, somebody that's been in the business for a while, that something that like 3 big things that like you would tell anyone hands-on on like what's important to do in their business?
Yeah, for sure. Being consistent every single day, like literally post every single day about these products and the opportunity, because otherwise if you're not posting, your business is closed and people aren't going to want to reach out to you because they see that you're not being consistent, and they see if you're actually like in this business for the long haul or not. Because there's people who have joined my team after 6 months of watching me. Like that's a long time. That's how long I took before I joined. So you never know who's going to be watching. So even on the days where you're like, I don't want to do it, just do it. It's going to pay off, because it's not about how you're feeling. It's about what you want. Next tip, text your enroller every single freaking day. No matter what, you're not going to be bothering whoever you join with, because we're here to help you. That's literally our job, is to help you. So whatever you have, text us, blow up our phones every single day. The next final thing, self-develop, literally self-develop. Whether it's just like, if you're having like, kind of like in a bad mood, literally just like listen to a hype song that you like, or listen to something funny on Netflix. Like I'll watch Friends if I'm having like a bad day while I'm working, kind of thing. Yeah, and just continue to do those things each and every single day, and you're going to watch your business flourish.
Awesome. I love that. Yeah. And I remember like I have like a hype playlist. So like, and I was playing it before the Zoom, like songs that like get me all fired up and pumped up. So like I totally recommend that. Or you dance it out like Grey's Anatomy style. Also very handy in working. If anyone else watches Grey's, drop a 1 in the chat, because y'all know what a dance out session is. Yeah. Anywho, but Cassie, so sometimes you've probably gotten this over the like your entire time in the business, whether it's a new person or your experience personally. Has your family, friends always supported you doing this?
Definitely not. Like my parents, so like they knew like how this business works and stuff, because my aunt Susie does Mary Kay. So they're just like, they just asked me questions, basically what I was, and they're like, okay, whatever, do what you want. I actually still have one friend in particular that every time I see him, he's like, why, like, I don't like seeing your posts. Literally just like, they're not going to pay my bills. And I told him he can unfollow me if he doesn't like what he's seeing, because this is what's paying my bills, and I'm not going to be working a 9-to-5 job the rest of my life just because someone's not liking what I'm seeing. But obviously, like, I do have people who love what I'm doing. Like Jack, obviously, my boyfriend obviously loves this, because I'm able to be here when he's home, and able to cook foods. He literally could not cook macaroni to save his life. So that's what I'm here for, to cook him food.
Awesome. Yeah, I think men would be clueless if they didn't have us sometimes, or they would just eat like pasta or chips or something. Well, if they don't know how to make noodles, then that'd be a thing. Okay. Any last piece of advice until we do a little switcheroo or anything that you would say to a new person?
Make sure you have your reason why out. Like when I first started, obviously my reason why was like the gas and groceries. Obviously I was able to, like, once I went Ruby, like that was all taken care of. So then I had to change my why. So at that point it was for Rosie, so I could be at home more with her, or be able to like get her toys and stuff. And now since I do that, my why is to be able to pay off like $18K in debt by my birthday, which is next June. So always have a why, have it written down somewhere, like set it as a screensaver on your phone. Just post it everywhere so you can continually see it, so you know why you're in this business.
Awesome. I absolutely love that. And I know that double is coming very soon. And it's going to be amazing, and it's going to be so much fun to be trip together at conference too. So awesome. Alrighty. So switcheroo time.
Okay. Well, first, obviously share your story, because yours is definitely different than mine, because you were working full time and obviously excelled much faster than I did. So go for it.
Alrighty, so those of you who did not enroll with me, my name is Jess. I'm a double diamond. I've been in the company 2 years now. When I got started, I was working full-time as an animal keeper living in Texas on my own. To Emmy, I actually adopted her in Texas, and cats are really expensive. And I was like, oh, I just got a cat. I'm almost 6 months post-grad. My loans are going to kick in. It's fine. Everything's fine. Until November came around and I got a notice that my loan payments were starting in December and I didn't have $300 to pay for my loan payments. And I was like, crap, what am I going to do? I'm going to have to use my grocery budget, literally. And I was like, I'm not going to be able to eat. And I actually have been watching my enroller, Sasha, for 6 months on Instagram, sharing how she was making a full-time income from her phone. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to text her. I'm pretty positive I texted her from one of her posts, and I got started that night. It was November 3rd. It was like 8 p.m. and I just got started. I asked all these questions because I'm a green personality, and I literally was like, what about this? 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 And I just jumped in with a I'm not going to fail attitude. Like, I am determined to succeed. Literally, my parents, both of them were like, you need to call and get a refund because you joined a scam or you wasted your money. And I go, I'm going to prove you wrong. I'm going to make my money back in a week. I earned my shopping spree, and at the time there was Christmas cash, and I earned $100 Christmas cash in 5 days. That first month, I tripled my investment. My commissions check was $150, and I earned $200 in fast starts. So I earned $350 my first month. And I was charted Ruby, and at that time, we needed 5 teammates on our team to promote ranks to Ruby rank. End of December 31st, I promoted Ruby by myself. I was the only person working on my team. And I was still living in Texas, working full time, like 50 plus hour weeks, you guys. And I could not be on my phone as an animal keeper. You are not allowed on your phone. I was working with kids shows and with hundreds of animals in our population. And it was very stressful. But I would go to work and I'd come home and I would work my business until I fall asleep. I'd get up, work my business before work, go to work all day long, and repeat and repeat and repeat. January came. I actually lost my animal keeper job because they told me I wasn't as educated, even though I had a 4-year degree and lots of animal experience, yada, yada, yada. I was actually going to put in my 2 weeks anyways and move home to Wisconsin because I had interviews at the animal hospital. That month, worked my business full time. And in that time period, I actually went to conference. I bought my conference tickets a week beforehand. So I paid like $350. I used fast start money to pay for it. And I stayed with friends in Tampa because I went to college at University of Tampa. So I had friends down there, and I flew down there to conference for a 4-day conference, not knowing anyone but Sasha, my enroller. And literally I got to meet my friend Kaylee and a bunch of people, and they asked me like, yo, would you ever do this full time? And I laughed in their face and I said, no, this is a joke. That was day one. That's what I said to them. That was my attitude. I was very negative. And at the end of day 4, I was like, wow, this is amazing. I was like obsessed. They had released bonuses and I was like, I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it. That month I charted Emerald. And I was pushing really hard for the $5,000 Emerald bonus and a $5,000 diamond bonus at the time, I think, too. I missed both of those, but I kept working. I started my full-time animal hospital job, working like 50-hour weeks, and I commuted 2 hours daily. So literally, definition of zero time. Could not be on my phone while at the hospital or I'd get shafted. And so I worked this around my schedule. Started pulling in, $500 a month since 2 months in the business. 6 months in, I was averaging 4 figures, so over $1,000 between my fast starts and my commissions checks. I charted diamond 4 times. I had to rechart and build a team, and charts were a lot harder when I was pushing for diamond because they changed last January. And I promoted diamond, emerald and diamond September of 2018 with 2 working girls on my team. And I earned a $7,500 bonus. The next month, I promoted my mom, Ruby. She earned a $1,000 bonus. And then 8 months later, I promoted my mom, Diamond. She earned a $10,000 bonus. And I promoted Double Diamond, and I earned a $15,000 bonus. So collectively, $25,000 in bonuses and $6,000 average monthly income for my family. I think I had like 4 or 5 girls working on my team at the time. The month after I promoted, had a couple girls leave. And then my business kind of fluctuated a little bit, just like any type of business out there, you know, there's ups and downs. And, you know, been rebuilding and everything like that, through the process. And now we're on our way to go triple diamond, by end of January. So before conference, which would be amazing. And, literally I've been able to do so much with this. Oh, I left out a huge portion of this. 8 months into this business, I was in a car crash and injured my back, driving to work at the animal hospital. And this business allowed me to quit my full-time job to focus on my health. It covered every single medical bill. I was going to the chiropractor 4 times a week, paying out of pocket until my insurance claim was handled and I got money from my car accident, because it wasn't my fault. Somebody rear-ended me and it was on the highway. So they were going pretty fast. I paid everything out of pocket, every medical bill, every scan I had to get, everything came out of my pocket. And this business covered every single piece of that. In addition to my loans, in addition to, I was paying rent back in Texas because I had a full year's worth rent, but I was living in Wisconsin. And this business helped cover all of that. And I've been working full time from my phone since last September, and been able to do all that. I've built a 5-figure savings account, paid over $20,000 in student loan and medical debt. That's paid off. And I'm going to be debt free by 25. So in September, I will be completely debt free. Yeah. That's my story. It's fine.
I love that. So you've kind of already gone over, so like obviously like when I guess I didn't really say this, when I like signed up after watching, so I started with Sasha too. I swiped up on one of her stories at like 9:00 at night. I'm like, hey, like opportunity, whatever it was. I think I asked her like one question, and then I literally ran to the bank to go deposit more money into my account, so I had enough. But I love your story. So obviously you already talked about like how you, oh, I guess you didn't. So you talked about how like your friends and family like kind of didn't really support you when you started. But like, what's your schedule like now for like how you work your business? Because you talked about it a little bit, like when you were like working and stuff.
Yeah. So when I worked full time, because I couldn't be on my phone all day, I knew it was going to be worth it to put in time, you know, like give up an hour of sleep or, you know, to work it into my schedule. So I literally woke up at between 5 and 5:30 every day, and I would work my business for an hour before getting ready to leave for work. I left for work at 7 a.m. I needed to be at work by 8, and it took me an hour to get to and from work. In the car, I'd listen to self-development, Zoom trainings, YouTube videos, anything motivational that was going to feed my mind on the way to work. And then I would, you know, follow before I got out of bed, follow when I got to the parking lot at work, follow on a bathroom break or my lunch break. And then I would post. And then once we got stories, I would post on my stories, because stories didn't exist for 3 months of me being in the business, which is crazy to think about. And then I get off of work, drive drive to the gym for an hour, listening to positive things and everything, listening to audiobooks, go to the gym for an hour and a half, listening to things, messaging, following, get home, have dinner, message and follow. And then I'd stay up till 11:30 midnight working my business. I would try to get on team Zooms whenever I could. And, you know, invested time. I don't like the word sacrifice. I invested my time accordingly, and I put in the hours, and it paid off because I didn't know I was going to get into a car accident. But if I hadn't worked my biz and invested time and said no to hanging out with friends and going out and all that jazz, I would not have been able to leave my full-time job or be able to make a full-time income to leave my job so I could take care of my back. And I'm so thankful that I was like, nope, I'm going to work my business. Nope, I'm going to work my business. Or I'm going to watch TV with my parents, but I'm going to work my business, you know. But now, since I'm full-time, you know, I get up every morning at 5 and I'm at the gym by 6, with my mom. Yeah, my mom's my accountability buddy. We go to the gym every morning for an hour, hour and a half, because I had to do rehab, and that was one way that I'd go do it. And I listen to self-development or an audiobook while I am walking on the treadmill or biking, and then I follow, and then I'll do messages. I get home, I make my coffee. I'm always drinking my celery every morning now, so I'm posting it out on my story at 6 a.m. in the morning. And then I get home, and then I journal and self-develop, do a power hour every morning. So I work intentionally. So I set up my post for the day. I start my messaging and following routine. And even though I have a lot more time now, I feel like I get a lot more scatterbrained. So I use the iPhone reminders app, you guys, which is free for iPhone users. It's very handy, and I set task lists, and I have them go off throughout my day of when I need to remember to do things. And I would do that when I worked full time as well, just so I wouldn't forget to do something. And it helps build healthy habits, and it's free. So like, why not? I do it for my products too, to remember to take those. And I attend Zooms. I watch Zoom trainings every day on YouTube. YouTube is the best resource you will ever have. And there's a ton of trainings that I linked in our team page. So you guys can like look at those and things that I really like. They're all saved, or follow my YouTube, and I'll have training videos on there too. And now I just, you know, I intentionally work disciplined every day, I guess, and then connect with my team as much as possible and try to be there for them every day, I guess.
I love that. That's perfect. Yeah, like when I guess I didn't really mention this, like when I was like still working and going to school and all that stuff, like on days where I had like just school, I would set a timer to go, like that, like remind me every single hour to go and follow a message, because otherwise I'd forget, because I'd be doing like 10 other things. So that's a good tip too to use. But what kind of like self-development do you listen or like read to? Like, what are your favorite things?
There's so many different things. Honestly, in the beginning, I was obsessed with Les Brown, Tony Robbins. I watched The Secret every month. I still do watch The Secret every month. Rachel Hollis was huge for me. And very eye-opening. Mel Robbins, if you have never listened to the 5-second rule, that changed my life perspective to the fullest extent. That's all I will say. You'll need to listen to it. And basically just like listening to anything motivational. I literally have a Spotify, so I typed in motivational speakers or law of attraction, and literally it's just like positive stuff. You can listen to sermons. If you have an iPhone, podcast app. So many different podcasts out there, and you just like search up a keyword and it'll pull up a podcast for you, and just subscribe and you can listen to it. And there's a bunch of examples in the team page too, on my favorites as well. But I literally just have something positive or an audiobook playing 24/7, like all the time. And I would do that when I worked full time in the car, but the Audible app is really handy, and I just have tons of books that I've listened to, and just constantly trying to grow my mind. And then I journal every day, or try to remember to journal every day. Some days I miss if I am sick or whatever, but just focusing on the positives and things I'm grateful for, and talking myself up every day. Self-pep talks are very important, you guys. I have a pep talk hung up above my desk, and I read it every day to myself. And that sounds super cheesy, but Cassie Westland does it. She's an ambassador diamond. Her husband's a presidential diamond. They make and bank. So if they're gonna do it, I'm gonna do it too because I want to be them. So it's there, and I read it to myself every day. So, but yeah.
Struggle busting to unmute, but yeah, I love that. Like, also, like when I was going Ruby, I literally had my background on my phone set to like rubies, just so I saw the ruby every day to remind myself.
My dream is my phone background.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it literally has like my presidential diamond amount on my paycheck, like has my dream apartment on here. Right now it has Margaritaville because your girl's going to go for the top 100 from Margville for a trip for 2, you know, like it's all on there and I look at it every day. So
awesome. So what are 3 big things that you would tell people when either like newbies or like not newbies, whoever?
Honestly, so putting in the work for the results you want. So, or the results that you're not getting. So in the beginning for me, it was discipline. And even though I didn't want to work every day, didn't want to work my business every day, working at an animal hospital is very emotionally tolling, physically exhausting as well, especially with large animals. I'd come home from work and I'm like, man, I don't want to do anything. I don't want to talk to anyone. I just want to like lay there and sleep or watch Netflix. And I was like, nope, I need to go message. Takes less than a minute to message 10 people, y'all. Takes less than a minute to follow 50 people on Instagram. And I was like, I just had to do it. I set a timer and I make sure I got it done. And I just would, and I listened to, you know, motivation car in the shower. Literally, I was like, I need to fix my attitude. And it was discipline. It took time. It takes 21 days to build a good habit. And, you know, after 21 days, you do it without even thinking. So discipline really helped build that good habit in those 21 days. And then I just did it on my own. So discipline would be 1. Self-development, number 2. My first 3 months, I did not self-develop and I had the worst attitude on the planet. I literally blamed anything and everything on everyone else. My success, like literally I was like, it's everyone else's fault. Like I'm not getting anywhere because it's their fault, not mine. I literally had the worst attitude until Sasha, I think at one point she was like, maybe you're not cut out for this. That got me real heated really fast. And I was like, I'm made for this. Like I can do this. And I started self-developing and then my mindset changed. And then I was like, wow, I attract all the things that I want when I'm focusing on the good things and not the bad things. You know, if I'm focusing on, wow, so many people are coming to me and ordering from me, my customers started increasing every single month. Since 3 months in, I've always consistently enrolled 15 or plus customers every month. Since June of 2018, I enrolled 30 plus customers a month on average, every single month. And I was getting 5 plus fast starts every single month because those are things I was thinking about. So self-developing and focusing on all the positives really helped my business. Number 3, use the products. Use the products consistently, share about them every single day on your stories or in a post. You know, try different things so you can talk about them and have your own testimonies, have your own results. I'm down 32 pounds with our products. 32 pounds. When I first got my first result photos, it wasn't until the month I went diamond. 10 months into the business until I shared my first weight loss difference, and it was a 20-pound difference in 2 months with Thermophyte, the old Thermophyte, greens, and fat fighters. 20 pounds, and I was working out, which my working out is walking on a treadmill or biking because I had to do like not low impact things because of my back. And once I shared those, my customers increased more and I ended up going diamond and it was insane. And then since then, I've lost another 12, 15 pounds and I share those. But when I started sharing how I was using the products every day, I get swipe ups. People are like, what you drinking? Oh, it's my skinny coffee. Helps me burn fat. look at me, or drinking my greens, drinking my vitamins, drinking my skincare. Collagen is amazing. Our skincare line, our new one, is amazing. I posted yesterday my 23-day results. People were like, whoa, your skin's so nice. And I'm like, thank you. It's my plant-based skincare. People are watching. They want to know that you're using the product. And once I started sharing that my business started booming. Once I got my own results, business started booming. And so that's what I'd always recommend is, use the products in your starter kit. Get your first 4 loyal customers when you're within your first 30 days when you join. Earn that $100 shopping spree and try the products. Get results. Get more customers. Run an auto ship. Get more products for you to use to get more results, or you can sell them as sample cash. The products are the key. Share about them and your business will explode.
Heck yeah, for sure. People, sorry, if you're done talking.
No, I know, I just talk forever. I apologize.
Yeah, for sure. Like I personally, so when I joined, it was some deal with the Fit 5 being with the starter kit. So I got the cleanse and I think some samples of the greens or coffee or something. I don't remember. When I first used the cleanse, I definitely didn't use it like I should have. I was literally still just eating all the junk food and crap and not drinking water, not eating healthy. So obviously the first time I used it, it did not work for me because you got to use it correctly too. So make sure if you're using them correctly. But then I started using the products a little bit in January, the first, the kind of beginning of this year. And my first week of the coffee, I lost 5 pounds and people love hearing that. And now obviously I drink it every day and my cheeks aren't as chubby anymore as they used to be. So seriously find something that you'll love and just continue to share it and use it, obviously.
Awesome. Yeah. Yeah. It's insane. And we have so many different types of products. Literally. It's not just weight loss. We have skincare. We have the beauty products. We have the tightening, toning, and firming products. Our wraps are amazing. I wrapped today for 3 hours while I was resting because I had a migraine all day. And I was like, man, I'm going to get bomb results. And I'm going to share them. People are going to be like, wow, I want to buy your wraps. I'm like, okay, cool. Let's do it. We have everything and anything. And our new nutritional drinks, so the super reds, super greens, celery juice, y'all, it may taste very interestingly and you may not like it if you don't like celery. The benefits are unreal and you're drinking it for the benefits, not for the taste. And that's what I tell people. When you are sick and you take medicine, does it taste good? No. Do you drink it because it tastes good? No. You drink it for the benefits. You drink it to feel better. And a lot of our products do that. All of our products do that, to be honest. I feel amazing. So, but yeah, anywho, sorry.
That's okay. What advice would you give to a newbie if you had to give one piece of advice?
Trust and listen to your enroller. And believe in yourself. That's 2 things, but those are the keys in order to be successful from the start. I trusted my enroller in the beginning and I listened to her. I literally did anything that she asked me to do because she was successful. And I knew if she could do it and she taught me how to do it, I could do it too. But it took me a long time to believe in myself and to believe that I could be where I am now. And those are the 2 things you really need in the beginning. So those are my things.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I don't know. Do you want to open it to questions?
Yeah. If you guys have questions for Cass or I, if you want to throw them in the chat, or if you want to text us and then we can just answer them if you don't want to throw it in the chat. But we can take 10-ish minutes, 5 to 10 minutes, depending on how many questions we get. And then we can answer some if you guys have anything specific, if we didn't touch on that or anything. And if you don't have questions, that's okay too. We just thought we'd ask. So how many girls we got? There's 8 of us on here. Kudos to all of you who got on. Way to go. Amazing. How do you find people to follow? Cass, do you want to take this, or you want me to?
Yeah, for sure, I can do that. So the way I follow, so I want to make sure like the people that I'm following are active users and not just people who signed up 5 years ago and don't use their account. So what I do is just like I'm on my like just like the main feed on my Instagram where you can see all like the posts and stuff. And someone who has a lot of likes on their posts, I'll just click on their who they follow or who their likes are and go through and follow 50 to 100, kind of depending on like the day of like how my Instagram is feeling. And then just follow from there and just making sure that they are like 18. I don't usually follow guys because they're creepy and like they think you're hitting on them when you message them, or their girlfriends get angry. That's happened. It's kind of scary, but so that's how I follow.
Yeah, I kind of do the same thing. Too, I follow like my followers, and I just look at their page beforehand to make sure they're not in a different company. They need to be 18 plus, and I follow the ladies, and I follow private pages, not public pages, because then they automatically get that request, and then they'll accept you, so you get more ads. There's a unit on following and for like further advice for intentional following and how to like follow people who have like similarities with you and everything. Oh my God, she has a cat. Oh, so cute. Hello. Sorry. And so like cat moms, that's huge. I follow cat moms all the time. You can look up hashtags or like areas that you live in and do the same thing too. But there's a ton of tips in the unit on the page too to look through. We got another one. What is the best way to get DTs? Do you want to go first? Do you want me to go first?
Sure. I don't care. Every day post about this opportunity, sharing your story. Like people love to hear the struggle that you come from because they're not going to relate to when I say that I've earned like $14,000 in bonuses because they're going to think that's a bunch of baloney. So they're going to want you to share how you're able to just fill up your gas tank full rather than just put like $5 in every now and then. How you're going to be able to pay for groceries, paying for your bills on time, just the little things that you're able to do for this business, even just like getting your nails done, because some people are just wanting to get their nails done. So share your story every single day. Share that this opportunity is available for anybody every single day.
Yeah, I definitely second all of that. And like just sharing like from the small wins and like share about like why you got started or where you're going and be loud and proud about it. I know when I got started when I was working full time, having this additional side income every month to help cover my loan payments was unbelievable. Having a little bit extra every month to maybe like treat myself or, I did go on a trip or two and it was just nice because I didn't have to worry about like dipping into like my savings or anything like that. There is additional trainings in the group page as well. There's a how to enroll DTs video. I don't remember what unit it's in, but it's in one of the supplemental units, like unit 5 or up, I think. But there's a video and I'm actually in it. It's me and Sasha talking about how to enroll DTs. And like what you should be doing every day, sharing about the business opportunity. And there's also templates for captions for like the now hiring related ones. So like templates about the business opportunity. And there's like 30 plus different captions available in the team page too. So, and then there's also ones for products related ones too. And you can edit those, there's different promotions that are offered sometimes. So the captions vary. So you might have to edit it. Always, you can ask your enroller for help. Like you can edit it and be like, hey, does this look okay? They can take a look at it, post it with a picture of you. And you're good to go. But there's lots of different ideas in there to like jog your memory and stuff too, if that helps.
Also, following up with people that you talk to, because they're more than likely not going to sign up on the spot. Like there are going to be some people like me, Jess, whoever else did too.
6 months later.
Yeah. Like people are going to follow you for 6 months, but you like when they message you and like find all the info out for the first time, they're just going to be basically, I'm basically scared because it's something that people don't normally do. So, I mean, you just have to like reassure them as well that you're going to be there every step of the way, helping them and making sure that they're going to be able to get their goals that they want to, whether it's like the $300 that they signed up for, or if they're even thinking about going full time with this, because obviously that is something that they can do too. So just make sure you're constantly following up with them, texting them weekly, once a month, whatever. Yeah.
Awesome. Does anyone else have any other questions? Otherwise, if not, if everyone can turn on their camera, because I'm going to take a pic. I'm also going to